is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime in association with Micromax.
Hi, and thanks for watching On Art. I'm Anu Subramanian. Tonight, we traverse the classic and the contemporary as we get to know some heritage artists and archivists of Gond and Madhubani art. We'll also meet an internationally acclaimed doodler and hear what's new at mojarto.com. This is On Art. We talk a lot about what's new in the art world here on the show, but tonight we'll take a look back and get to know some of India's oldest art forms. We'll learn about Madhubani and Gond art and meet some present-day artists who are giving this folk style a contemporary approach. Madhubani art, otherwise known as Mithila art, is a style which is practiced in Bihar and the Mithila region of Nepal. It is an intense storytelling style, surging with religious allegory. And it has drawn women in these regions toward this art form. Done with nib pens, fingers, twigs, and brushes, Madhubani art began as a domestic ritual activity, but is now appreciated globally.
I've been an art collector for a long time, and it was just about 7 to 8 years ago I realized that there was no dedicated gallery for the indigenous art forms of India. Indigenous art was not getting its due that I felt that it should. And according to me, it is very detailed, maybe indigenous art, but it deserves the platforms of modern art galleries, and hence I've taken this forward.
There are different forms of folk art in India, and sometimes it's hard to recognize which is Madhubani painting. So let's start by getting to know about the detailing and patterns of this form.
Mithila painting is one of the folk arts, first of all evolved by women. Then how you can recognize it by the border. Like if you see the border, हमारे यहाँ border पहले 4 उंगली से बनाया जाता था. So the moment आप वो border बना देते 4 उंगली से, तो हम लोग कहते हैं कि वो particular देवी देवता का स्थान बना रहे, आसन हो जाता है, and that particular god and goddess they come and sit there and bless you. So that's the meaning of making border. जैसे ही हम उसको चारों तरफ से बांध देते हैं. If you see the features in Madhubani, the eyes will be very big, the nose will be big, and front posture, static positions. So that is how you can recognize.
Despite Madhubani art's lasting influence and reach beyond central India, the country doesn't have a museum dedicated to it. In fact, Japan does. Preservation efforts in India remain sparse.
It was very important to document this art because since मैं उस region से हूँ और हम लोग वो रोज़ ritual follow करते थे, मेरे बच्चों का जन्म था, फिर शादियों में जाते थे, तो इतने सारे विध होते हैं, तो वो मुझे लगा कि तो किसी को पता ही नहीं है. और फिर आप किसी से पूछेंगे कि क्या बनबे छिए, तो बोलेंगे बनबे छिए, मतलब चला आ रहा है इसलिए बना रहे हैं, no reason behind it. So then I realized that, and then I met all the senior artists like Godavari Dutt, Sita Devi, Bimla Dutt, and they were such great artists whose works are in all the museums of the world, but nobody knows them in our country.
Now, let's talk about Gond art. A tribal art style started in central India nearly 1500 years ago. And it has a very strong storytelling element. Earlier, these paintings were an offering in worship of nature and also a mode of shielding evil. From the walls of villages, it came onto paper and canvas thanks to efforts by Gond artist Jungar Singh Shan.
पहले ये था कि कच्चे घर थे जिसमें मिट्टी से लेपकर आप घर बनाते थे अपना, और देन उसके ऊपर आप पिगमेंट से पत्तों का या मार्बल डस्ट या गेरू जो नेचुरल मिट्टी और ये सब थी उनसे आप करते थे। तो एक ऑर्गेनिक चीज़ भी थी जो आपको वैसे तो हेल्दी रखती थी और नई नई चीज़ें मोटिवेट करने को सीखने को आपको मिलती थी।
Now that we've gotten to know a bit more about these art forms, let's get to know more about how these traditional styles endure today.
I've been practicing this art. I never learned it it was part of our tradition. I never thought that I will be called an artist in this particular tradition. I learned this art from my mother, Mrs. Manju, and my grandmother. I worked as an architect, hardcore architecture for 20 years I practiced. And since last 18 years, I've been just exhibiting Mithila paintings.
In the Madhubani district, this style is offering village women independence and a livelihood. They work with Manisha Jha of Madhubani Art Center to broad-base this style beyond its origins.
I've been now associated with more than 500 women artists, and it all started because when I was having my shows in some of the workshops, I met first I met Chandrakala Devi. She was in such a condition that I could not leave her. And apart from painting, I got an opportunity to empower them mentally, because most of them have a lot of struggles back home. So when you are mentally empowered, and it gives you a lot of strength to face the world.
Meanwhile, Gond art is filling contemporary art books and adorning our metropolitan street corners. Meet Venkat. His journey began as a rickshaw puller in Delhi. Starting from 50 rupees per day by painting signboards, he is now a successful Gond artist. Finding My Ways, a book which tells about his journey through sketches made in Gond art form, was recently launched in Delhi.
यहाँ तक पहुँचने के लिए मुझे बहुत सारे दुख झेलने पड़े हैं, लड़ना पड़ा है, अपनी बात को रखना पड़ा है। भले मेरे जैसे कि भूख की बात हुई कि अगर जब तक मैं भूखा नहीं रहूँगा, थोड़ा पेट मेरा खाली नहीं रहेगा, तब तक मैं पाने की इच्छा नहीं कर सकता। ऐसे कलाकार जो हमारे बीच में, वेंकट एक एग्जाम्पल है, जो काफ़ी सारे लोग इंडिया में जो है, जो हाथ के मजदूरी से कमाते हैं, खाते हैं, उनके पास बहुत कला है।
Not only in central India, Gond art's influences are also found on a wall in Delhi's Lodi colony. These days, Gond artists are using this medium to create social change.
अंदर की बात होती है, जो भीतरी दर्द होता है, उसे हर कोई नहीं बताता। चित्र एक ऐसा माध्यम है जिसके माध्यम से उसे कुछ दर्शाया जा सकता है।
Despite its mythologies and historic roots, Venkat documents 21st century elements in his paintings as well.
यहाँ पे अगर गौर से हम देखेंगे तो यहाँ पर एक वीडियो कैमरा भी है, अगर ध्यान से देखेंगे, जो आज का युग है, जो उस जंगल को नष्ट कर रहा है। और आज के युग में भी लोग ज़मीनों को, जंगलों को और हमारी परंपराओं को नष्ट कर रहे हैं। अगर वृक्ष या नदी या हवा नहीं रहे और वो ना चलें, तो हमारा जीवन नहीं चलेगा, हम नष्ट हो जाएंगे।
As interest grows in cities for indigenous art, Madhubani and Gond art are finding a lasting space even in the contemporary art market.
It's got a very bright future. There are a lot of art auctions, a lot of art collectors, lot of art museums which are now collecting these art forms. The prices are going up for these art forms. So I can only see a journey upward for these art forms.
After the break, we'll meet an artist who says that spiritual texts inspire his award-winning doodles. Don't go anywhere. On Art, we'll be right back.